Third name Browns fans love. The one thing I've said, I have that disclaimer that you have when you're investing. Prior performance is not an indication of future success, and that's Joe Flacco.
Well, I agree with that. So you're going to see what Joe does. Once again, really, really good timing, throws the ball on time. Cooper had a really good year, especially at the end of that year when he was there. Then you're going to see him on these crossing routes. Just the level concept. Guy in the flat, guy at the second level, guy at the third level. He throws an absolute dime in there to Cooper, who scores a touchdown. So what you're saying, and I agree with. So Joe Flacco's a year older. Now is he a guy that can bridge the gap and make the throws? Yes. But that year they had an elite defense, and he turned the ball over a ton, and that defense has not been as good as it was that year. That was a generational type defense for the first 6 to 8 weeks that year. So really, really good defense he had. They played good special teams that year. If he come back, he'd have to protect the football a little bit. Now, again, you're a year older, a year of taking more pounding, maybe lose a little bit of arm strength, a little bit of arm talent. So this is a guy you can win with, though, a guy who seems to be a great teammate, a guy who seems to make all the right calls. He would have to be adequate, right? Again, a guy you can win with, not because of.
And I'm not saying that I'm against signing Joe Flacco. I'm just cautioning Browns fans. What you saw a couple years ago, don't expect that from Joe. I was shocked by that, and I was all for bringing Joe Flacco in. He played really well. It would be interesting to see, could he continue to play at that level with Kevin Stefanski?
Well, I think, there's a great example of what I was saying, even with Carson Wentz and Russell Wilson. So when you're within this structured system, and I've talked to this ad nauseum about what a structured system is. It means they're not improvising. It means they're not a lot of things on the run. They are going with how they learned it in the playbook, right? How they went through the walkthrough, how they went through team on air, and then finally how they got to it in the game. It's not there's 1, 2, 3, check down, get the ball out, throw the ball away. So that's what this system does for a guy who maybe lacks some skills or is maybe a little bit older or maybe doesn't have arm strength or whatever it may be. If you play within the structure and you do what the plays are designed to do, you can make up for lack of arm strength by anticipation. You can make up by certain things by being super accurate. So I think Joe Flacco, I think you saw it a couple years ago what it does when you play within that system.